So, Kane, tonight is special for a number of reasons. I mean, you're kicking off the world tour in Dublin at the Academy, your first ever time performing in Ireland. The gig is completely sold out. And also, I noticed that you tweeted from the plane that this is actually your first time overseas.
I've only been to Canada like 2 or 3 times. I've never really left Georgia or Tennessee.
I mean, your rise completely fascinates me, as in, traditionally a singer-songwriter arrives in Nashville, they hope of getting a publishing deal, and then with enough talent and a bit of luck, maybe one day they'll get to record under their own name. But you built a fan base up posting covers on YouTube. That's a method that, myself, I would have been familiar with a lot of R&B, rap and pop singers doing around the same time you did it. But you've really sort of pioneered it now for country artists, because you see more and more people doing this or trying to do it. What led to that savviness that you knew that would be a way of breaking out in country?
I didn't necessarily know it was. I was, working 2 jobs, and I love to sing. It kind of grew on me a little bit more, and so I kind of studied the social media thing. I was hoping that we could eventually go viral. I knew that I looked different, and if enough people heard me, that they would probably be like, whoa. And it worked. People thought I was going to be rapping, and then they heard me singing country, and it kind of shocked a lot of people, so they started hitting the share button, and it grew and grew and grew, and now we're here.
Well, your first sort of monster hit was What Ifs with Lauren Elena, who I believe you were classmates with at high school, is that right?
Yeah, we were in 7th grade together. She was kind of my inspiration on everything.
Yeah. That song, I mean, it's famous again for a number of reasons, but it knocked Sam Hunt's Body Like a Back Road off the top of the country chart after a 34-week run, as well as topping the streaming and sales chart. I mean, at the same time, your album was number one. Heaven was number one as well on the digital sales chart. So you became the first artist to simultaneously top all 5 of the main country charts in one go. At what point did Lauren become involved, and how did you celebrate 5 number ones?
She wasn't involved while we were writing, but afterwards we were like, we need a girl to be singing kind of background vocals. But then when we brought Lauren in, we were just like, get on the song with us, because she killed it and she added so much more to the song. And I don't really celebrate a lot, I'm just a low-key homebody kind of guy, so I'm just, in my heart, I'm happy.
Your latest album, Experiment, I know when you were writing and recording that album, you definitely had an eye on the stage, as in you wanted to make a record that you could even just play from top to bottom and not get tired of. Talk to me a bit about that, the evolution in your sound, because even these days, naturally that probably comes with being a husband and a father, but there seems to be more of a maturity, and I mean this as a compliment, there's not so much cliche in your lyrics.
No, that was the main goal, was trying to get away from the cliche. Like when I first started writing, I was talking to my band, have a song called I Hit the Gas. It's like, I hit the gas, I just want to go fast, I want this feeling to last. It's like, a second grader could have wrote that. But now, I'm trying to write stuff that people don't think about, and just not stuff that you hear every other day. Just write about something that people wouldn't expect. I have a song called Worldwide Beautiful, and it's just about how everybody should stop looking at color and looking at black and white, and just take in the world, and you'll see all kinds of different colors that you'll love. It's Worldwide Beautiful, and to me it's an awesome song, an amazing song. I can't wait to get it out to people.
But again, it's worth mentioning that obviously when Experiment came out in November of 2018, it debuted straight in at number 1 on the US Billboard chart, and it was only one of 3 country albums that topped the chart that year. The other were, from superstars Jason Aldean, Carrie Underwood. To achieve something like that with your second album is pretty much unheard of. You love sports and you're quite a competitive sort of guy. So when you do something like that, is that what keeps you motivated, that kind of success, or is there part of you that goes, okay, how do I follow that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like you got to outdo yourself every day if you want to keep achieving. You don't have to really go up against anybody else. You just got to do better than yourself. So I'm definitely competitive in that way and competing with myself, and it is the sports thing that kind of drives me. But it does. It kind of makes you nervous, because it's like you don't want to fall under that, But I think we're going to be good, and my fans are very dedicated and loyal and got me here, and I know they're still going to be with me for the next album.
Talk to me about, because I keep hearing that you spent some time playing with Cody Johnson down in Texas, and that was quite instrumental in you then, adding fiddle to Lose It.
Yeah, I wish we would have got that fiddle to a couple more songs. It sounds weird, but fiddle brings a lot to the show, brings a lot to the songs, brings a lot of emotion. And it's honestly probably one of my favorite instruments now.
You co-wrote 10 of the songs on the first album and 14 on the second. I've noticed that you seem to have this particular successful songwriting chemistry with Chase McGill, Matt McGinn and Will Weatherly.
Yeah.
You kind of touched on it there earlier, but what is your process? What comes first? Is it the music or the lyrics? And then looking ahead to, say, the next record, where do you see that going?
Honestly, the process is just whatever we're feeling that day. Sometimes we won't have a track, and we'll just kind of start with the title we brought in or what somebody's thinking. Or sometimes it does start out with a track and what it sounds like, and we kind of write to that. But the next album, I've been writing with everybody. My second album, Experiment, I kind of just stuck with the same people. This album, I'm bringing people in that I've stuck with, and I'm writing with people like out of LA and things like that. I was just trying to switch it up and get different sounds. Not all of them will make the record, but some of them will. And a feature with other artists. I got a song with John Legend, and there's some other artists that are featured that I'm not gonna say yet because I haven't done it yet. But basically, just trying to get all these streams up and get some radio airplay and just beat Experiment album. That's what I'm going for.
That is part of the reason why your audience is so much more broader than your typical country star, because of your fearless vision in collaborating with artists outside of the genre. Becky G, Camila Cabello, Khalid, Marshmello. Do you approach these people? Do they come to you? And tell me a bit more about the John Legend one, because he's one of my top 5 favourite singers.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Sometimes I approach them, sometimes it's a meet in the middle. Marshmello, we kind of just met in the middle. John Legend was a thing that I was on his Trailer Talk.
Yes.
Yeah, we did that together. And then our managers connected. I was in LA for Staples Center, and we wrote a song. We didn't know if it was for my album or for his album. And we both just fell in love with the song. We both connect with it really well, just with our wives and, just our mess-ups and, us tired of saying sorry to them if we do something that they didn't like, which I feel like every man can relate to. And I love the song, and I'm so excited for it to come out. I feel like it's going to be a hit for both of us.
How do you navigate the transition from uploading videos in your home to playing a sold-out arena to being in the studio with John Legend? I mean, you're one of the most laid-back guys I've ever met, but do you take it all in your stride, or are there times when you're kind of freaking out on the inside?
No, I think I'm too laid back, and my publicist does this all the time. She's like, you should be more excited, and I'm like, I am. That's just how I take stuff. I don't know. I feel like one day the box is going to open, and I'll be more excited. I look back on some stuff, and, it kind of gives me butterflies a little bit. But I wish there was a way I could bring it out more and be more pumped. I don't want to end one day and then look back and then be excited. I want to eventually try and get it out.
Over the years, you've toured with some of the biggest and the best in country. Florida Georgia Line, Chris Young, Jason Aldean. What have you learned from being on the road with those guys?
No, I really just learned, kind of how to bring energy, how to transition songs, talk to the crowd. And I'm still learning every day. The band's still learning. I still feel like a newbie, just trying to find my way and trying to find out what I love and bring my show together. And it's came so far for what it has been. My band's came so far. We're still learning, and they taught me a lot.
And I believe Jason Aldean and his family have been living in your old house while their new one's being built.
They didn't like the house that they were in. It was like a neighborhood, so everybody, kind of knew they were there. The house I did live in, there's like baseball players that live in there and people that just don't mess with you.
Okay.
And they like the house a little bit more, so they're family to me. So they're more than welcome anytime. Finally,
like myself, I know you're a massive movie buff. What are some of your favorite movies?
Right now, I just went and watched Bad Boys 3 and Jumanji, which were awesome. I love all those actors in there. What movie? Oh, I just watched Ford vs. Ferrari.
Oh, that's great.
It's a great movie.
Would you like to get on like a movie soundtrack, like a Bad Boys soundtrack?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be awesome. I would really like, a movie or a video game would be cool.
Listen, Kane, thank you very much for doing this. Good luck with the European leg. I know in the States you've got Chris Lane and Russell Dickerson opening for you.
Yeah.
So, man, continued success. And I can't believe you're here in Dublin, so good luck for tonight.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.